A lot of people are claiming that we are approaching a constitutional crisis. Unfortunately, I feel that we are fully in a constitutional crisis. One example is what's going on with press access to our president. It was announced yesterday or the day before yesterday that the White House Correspondents Association will no longer decide who is in the room for these press briefings, who will be on Air Force One with the president, and who will have access to the Oval Office of the president. That will be handled by the press secretary, that 28-year-old, what's her name? It's Caroline Leavitt, yes. She will be the one who decides who gets to ask the important questions that the United States voting public needs to know. Not the White House Press Association, who has done it for the last 100 years, not even the major media outlets. The White House gets to say who covers them. If anything has been more un-American and more concerning than this, I don't know what is. Although they don't do a great job at it, the press is supposed to be our voice when we are facing our politicians. They are the ones that are supposed to ask the hard questions and demand answers. We're supposed to be able to rely on them to put our politicians' feet to the fire and let them know that they are being watched. Having the press secretary for the White House hand select who gets to be asked those questions is not going to be just damaging to our country, but is going to be damaging to the entire world. Because this White House, as we know from his first term, has villainized the media from day one. Fake news, the so-called news media. He's villainized mainstream media. And there's a lot to villainize about mainstream media, but asking hard questions is not one of them. And when he doesn't like the way the media treats them, he sues them. This is a slippery slope of us giving up more and more of our freedoms, and it's got to stop, and it's got to stop now. We need to be calling the White House and telling them that this is not going to pass, and we need to stand behind the free press and make sure they're able to do their jobs.